Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops. Nice background, Coach.
Thank you. I'm just
For those of you that are listening, I'm teasing him. What grade do you teach again?
first grade.
First grade teacher. There's a special place. It's not quite as I think being first grade is easier than being like a seventh grade teacher.
I love my job. I wish I would have made the transition years ago.
What years? What did you do before first grade?
I did 8th and 7th for a couple of years. I did 6th, and then I did upper elementary for a while. And then I worked with a bunch of little first and second graders last year, being the director of school athletics, and just loved it. And I'm like, man, I got to try this.
They love you, don't you? Like, yeah. Here's what I do. So here's what I do with my students when I have them. They're seniors, usually juniors or seniors. I say, list every teacher you had. And they go, what do you mean? I go, okay, I can tell you. It was Mrs. Larson, Mrs. Root. I mean, I can go through Miss Wishmeyer. I can go through and list all my elementary school teachers, and I'm 50-something.
Right.
I mean, they go, what do you mean? I go, because that was your person, like for an entire year.
Yeah.
Like, that was your person. When you get now, can I name all my high school teachers? No. But I can name Mrs. Rudolph, which was my third grade teacher. She was awesome. Mrs. Thompson, who was my fifth grade teacher. Awesome. I mean, because you remember them. Like, they influence you. You don't understand the influence. It's crazy, the influence that teachers have, especially at that age. Anyway,
it's great.
There's our plug for teachers. Before we do that, again, a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. I'm going to tell you a story about my Dr. Dishes. I was telling Coach that I hadn't been in school in like 3 months, and I went into the gym just to make sure everything was still there, to be honest with you. And I have an old Dr. Dish and I have a new Dr. Dish, and I turned them both on to make sure they revving like a well-oiled machine, baby, after laying there for nothing. So the only thing I was worried about was the battery being charged, but that's super on the old one. So I plugged that in to make sure the battery got charged. So go over and check them out. Great Christmas present, great Thanksgiving present for you. Metion Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $350 off. Also, teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Prices went up once. They're going up again because I just literally, I have to. Anyway, you don't care why. And then, so yeah, if you're thinking of joining, I would do it before the first of the year. Come over and join teachhoops.com. Yeah, it's a plug and away. It's good.
It's going well. You've connected me with two coaches that I worked with in the last couple of weeks, and they have a lot of great things to say about the ability to connect with you and the different material that's on there. So
I think they're always surprised how fast I respond. I think that's what always surprises them. This morning, a guy was setting up a tournament, like he's running like a youth tournament. He wanted a couple brackets because he was trying to do like a 4-team tournament, a 6-team tournament. He was trying to figure out double elimination. And I got all that stuff. I literally sent it to him in like 30 seconds. And he was like, well, okay.
I know I was working with a guy out of Illinois 2 days ago, and I like literally sent him like 5 things in 5 minutes about like he wanted to know about the swing offense. I'm like, done, boom. Here's this, boom. Oh, I like your youth offense. I was talking to that guy out of New Hampshire.
Oh yeah. How did that work?
That was actually really awesome. He's a middle school coach, and like I'm bored right now, so like he texts me. He's like, "Can you do it today?" I'm like, "Dude, let's do it." 15 minutes later, like they don't. Or you realize like how much like coaches like to talk about the game.
First of all, that you and I are stuck in our room. It's like a bad horror movie on Netflix.
Yeah, by the time we were done, we basically figured out where his key players should be in the base offense that I've run before, and we had a zone offense put in 40 minutes and break down drills. Yeah,
awesome. That's awesome.
Because anyway, there you go. There's your plug. But that's an honest plug.
That's just us talking because we haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks. So that's just teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. When the world gets back to normal, Coach, I'm gonna come down. We'll meet at Cops and we'll have a big burger and.
Sounds great.
I love Cops, and it's a custard place. If you don't know, it's kind of like an old fashioned Culver's, but it's better.
Yeah, for sure. It's
better. It's like there's 2 or 3 of them. I think. I know there's 2. I've been to 2 of them. There may be 3.
There's Cops one way. Yeah, there's a couple.
There's one in Blue Mound. That's usually the easy one, and then there's the other one that we've hit. That's kind of over. Anyway, you guys don't care about Milwaukee, but anyway. All right. So what are we doing today, Coach? I'm excited about this one. Share your screen. We're going to do what? 3
ways to start, 3 drills to start your practice.
Yeah, 3 favorite practice drills to start. And for those of you that are listening in your car and stuff, we'll put it on YouTube so you can go down into the show notes and find it. Coach will send over the PDF for me. We won't talk about his fast draw meltdown that he's had. If anyone that listens to this works for fast draw, let me know. Steve@teachhoops.com, because Coach lost like how many years worth of fast draw stuff?
6 years.
It's up in the cloud somewhere. We need to get it shoot it back down.
Back into here.
Okay, go ahead, Coach. I'll jump in.
I will formally diagram all these stuff out, but one of my favorite drills to start practices, I'll just talk about. It's all about what you value as a coach when you're warming up practice. Coach has talked about it before. It's all about the why. Like, what are things that you want your players to do? And to me, I've always valued ball movement and good passing and getting warmed up. So I've always valued the ball moving more than the players. So I just love ball movement drills. So
so this is a good question. So these are your favorite kind of warm up drills. Are you meaning that they're drills you do at the beginning of practice? Or are they meaning they're your starting drills?
Yeah, they're my starting drills. I could even tell you that you could use one of these drills as a good warm up before a game.
Okay. Okay. I just didn't know where it fell into the thing. And are you trying to get them loose? What are you trying to do with it? What's your objective?
I think it's to get I think passing drills get them mentally focused. I think passing drills do a good job of getting them mentally focused and getting them moving and getting their hands warmed up.
Okay.
You can get them talking as well. Okay. So this drill is called the Argentina drill. Okay. You have 9 spots. If you got more than 9 players on your team, you would just have players behind them. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense, Coach?
Yep.
And then basically you're always passing to the right. So, and then you're going to interchange. So if I pass here.
So the guy's under the basket, he's passing to the corner. Then the guy
right. And then these 2 players are going to switch out. Okay. They're partners. Okay.
Okay.
And then these 2 players would pass to the right.
So you basically have the 4 corners. You basically have the 4 corners in a diamond, and then as soon as you pass to the right, you cut straight across the half court.
Yeah. So the partners are the corners, and then the mids. So you have these 2 guys, the corners, and the corners.
Yeah.
And basically, when it starts moving, every time you're passing, the ball is already almost there by the time you get there. So like if the ball goes here and down here. These guys are and the ball, by the time this ball gets here to here, they're already to a point where
I like that.
Yeah. And then what I loved is then when I used it my first year, I really liked it. And then I used to use a medicine ball because I like the weighted ball. Then I got one of those nice weighted balls.
Well, weighted. That's an actual basketball. It's weighted.
Yeah, an actual weighted basketball.
Yeah, those are really nice. I think I have one of those in my garage somewhere.
And they're really worth having. And then you don't always have to go to the right. Then I would blow my whistle, and then they would go to the left. But they had to call each other's name. And really, it was just a great way to get these guys moving. And by the time that ball is constantly moving to the right and they're interchanging with their partners, they're constantly moving. And then I like that really it becomes a reverse pivot because they're opening up their hips to where the ball is coming from. And it's really
I like that a lot. You could, especially at the youth level. Now, you have to have even numbers, right?
Well, I mean, you would at like this would be easier at the youth level. Let's say
you have 6 kids. Can you pull? Hey
everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast as much as I am. If you can stop for a second and subscribe and like, we would really appreciate that. That's an easy way for you to help us out at Coach Unplugged, and that does excite us a lot. I read every one of those reviews. Go over to Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That would help us out a lot. Also, if you're really thinking of taking your game to the next level, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. 14-day free trial as I speak right now, but a great deal. Come over and join our community. Come over and join like-minded coaches trying to get better every day. And let's head back to the podcast.
Can you pull 2 out? How would you do that? You have to have 8?
Now you're making me really think here.
I know. I'm just trying to think out loud here.
Like 6? I think you could have them make a longer pass, or you could shorten it up.
Shorten it up. Yeah, you could maybe move it in some too. Like
to half court.
So get rid of the 4s on this. Just move them over to the other court for the people that are watching. Yeah. All right. So let's try this. I'm telling you, for the people that are listening, this is how you come up with drills. Is you come up with an idea and then you see if it works. And you literally get a piece of paper out or a fast draw and try it and see.
And I really think then it's about making sure you have enough depth here.
Yeah. So then it becomes more of a rectangle. So 2 passes to 1.
Yep.
And then would cut.
Yep. And then these 2 would interchange. Boom. Boom.
Yep.
And then as they're interchanging, this
and then
person,
1 would pass. Yeah, that would work.
I just think you need to have even numbers and even spacing.
Yeah, even numbers and even spacing would work. I think you're right. Okay. I like that. So you're going to draw that up for people. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's a really good drill. The couple things that you really want to focus on is you're sprinting to the next spot. Okay. And the ball is moving fast. It's not slow movement. By the time you get to your spot, the ball should almost be there when you get there. You shouldn't be standing very much. If your guys are standing waiting for the ball, you're not moving the ball fast enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And another side note, I don't know if Coach does this, but I'm a believer in like calling out players' names, calling out numbers, all that kind of things. I like a loud gym when I do these kind of passing drills. So, hey, John or Sydney or whatever, it's like I'm throwing the ball to them and calling their name out. Then that way they're having to do more than one thing, which is what I want them to do, as many things as possible. Can you go back to the original set? Can you only do 2 basketballs?
I've only done 2.
Okay. I think I'm just wondering.
And honestly, once it starts moving, Steve,
it's so fast.
It's so fast. Okay. It really is.
Okay.
You would think that this looks slow as a diagram, but if I had a recording, if I had, a recording of it, and you guys probably can find a recording of the Argentina drill anywhere on YouTube, to be honest with you.
What's it called?
Argentina drill.
Okay. I'll try to find a YouTube video.
There's tons of them out there.
Okay.
There's tons of them out there.
Okay. All right, let's do the next one. That's good. I like that one.
Okay. So a lot of people like this drill. It's the star passing drill.
I like the star passing drill.
But I like star passing with finishing. Do you use finishing with it?
No, I don't do that.
All right. And so this is why I loved it. Because when I was coaching college, we would dunk because you could dunk at warm-ups. And so that was the highlight, was warm-ups for these guys because they would dunk the ball.
Right.
So you obviously, the high school level in Wisconsin, you cannot dunk it. But let me show you the pattern, okay? You always follow your pass, okay?
Silly rule. WI, silly rule.
All right, so as you can see, it's kind of a fat-looking star. Okay, So the ball goes, and we obviously change the direction of the pass later on within the drill, so you're going multiple directions. But I like this drill because it's a great way to get passing and finishing and calling each other's names out early in a practice.
Okay.
So the ball goes to this person. Obviously, this guy.
So it's a star. For those of you that are listening, it's basically a star. Yep.
Right. One would pass to the one corner here. Boom.
You basically pass across and you follow your pass.
Yeah.
So think of a star. Here. Those of you that are listening, think of a star, and then you pass across and you follow your pass.
The key thing is when you're passing on the baseline, you want to go under the drill so you don't get hit in the head. Because I've seen that happen. You know that.
I have too.
And this guy cuts.
Yep.
Layup. Boom.
So I like that.
Right. And like I always wonder, why the heck do they not make star passing into a finishing drill?
And then if you really want to make a finishing drill, then the top person should come up and defend them when they go to the basket.
Or the other thing is, our rule was always the ball never hits the floor.
So that's a good one. So there's lots of tweaks. Again, think outside the box when you're thinking of drills. But I see this drill. I haven't thought about it in a while. But he goes in and finishes. You could have 5 come over and just defend. And then because there's probably another 5 behind. And then that 5 goes to the front.
Yep.
Or you could have doesn't hit the floor. You could definitely, I think tweaks like that, trying to good drills, you want to do more than one thing. So that's why I love that twist, coach, that you're not only doing the passing, but now you're doing the finishing. And then if I added the defense in there, and then you're adding that doesn't hit the floor, it's a communication thing.
Right. Or then you could start adding layers. You could do one dribble pull-up jump shot.
Right. You want to switch directions on this too, because you want to do a left-handed layup too,
you could also do shot fake. Shot fake and go. Or, anything, a jab and go, then go. It depends on what you want to work on. You go, could it be a backdoor cut and go? There's a bunch of different layers that you can add to it. Like I said, it's all about the why and what's important to your system.
Love that. Okay. And then what's the last one?
I think that the last one is very elementary based, but I took it from the coach from I think it's Mount Verdier or whatever out of like Florida.
Yep.
And I would really like when my like 8th graders freshman level, that kids still don't have really good footwork.
Okay.
And I would just have 4 lines and they would work on basic pivoting and basic footwork. I know that sounds really elementary, but honestly, sometimes those are the type of things you have to work with. We're high school hoops, right? And we're talking about some of these drills might be more complicated than others, but sometimes the simple basics are a great way to start drills. So, great way to start practice. So I have maybe 4 lines, 5 lines, and basically the first guy in line dribbles, and then he does a reverse pivot or a frontal pivot. So we start with frontal pivots, and we're passing. And we're making the ball move. And like every 20 seconds, 10, 15 seconds, they're getting a pivot, a pass, and a rep in. So, these guys are in lines here, and they're just constantly passing, dribble, jump stop, pivot, pass, and it seems really basic, but they're really good. It's really good for those younger high school players to get good footwork, getting their bodies under control. I really like the reverse pivot because a lot of times people need to turn and create space for themselves. That's a skill that's not taught a lot. A lot of times
you'll be so the people are listening that are even
that's what I'm saying. That's what
you'll be surprised how bad they will be at this.
Right. And so why I do this is because of my surprise and my experience of coaching high school basketball. Now, you've been coaching it way longer than I have, but I've been around a while, is that I wouldn't be doing this drill if the problem existed. The problem does exist.
It does. The thing is, start switching it. Like then if you think they're good at it, great. Do this for 30 seconds. And then switch pivot feet. Switch things that they have to do when they get there. It could be a shot fake or it's a step through, right? And then rip down and low, and all those things, because you want to teach kids to create separation and be strong with the ball. That is why, it seems very elementary, but honestly, their heads will explode. I'm telling you right now,
right?
Because here's the funny thing you'll notice when you do this. Is some of your better athletes won't be able to do this.
I totally agree.
Because they have to cerebrally think and do, and that's hard for them. Yes.
Yeah. So you want me to reverse pivot, then you want me to rip across my body, then go low. Like what? Yeah.
Right.
Like
you want me to do all that? Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I can't handle that. My head.
Then you could add, you could add layers. So maybe you guys are really struggling on maybe a ball fake, one hard dribble, then pass. Like it seems very elementary, but I'm telling you, one of the lost arts is footwork. A basic drill. If you are a freshman, sophomore coach, I even did it with juniors and seniors, man. I'm telling you, you give them what you need. Like I said, it's all about the why. I could teach you to do three-man weave all day, but you know what? If I can't pivot, if I can't be strong with the basketball, I don't give a rat's poo-poo about three-man weave. To be honest with you.
We're gonna end this week's podcast with rats poo-poo. Not sure that will get us an explicit one, but we're gonna end with that. All right, till next week, Coach.
All right.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe. We would really appreciate that. Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen, those 5-star reviews mean a ton to us. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.